Welcome to our channel.
Single to Parenthood.
If you are new to this channel, welcome. We hope you enjoy this content.
Subscribe, like, and leave a comment.
Today in this video, we wanted to talk about what we wish we knew before we got married. Now, marriage is a very sacred and important thing. You don't want to get into it lightly.
Yeah, that's true.
So we have a few things that we would like to share that we wish we knew before we got married. So let's get into it.
Before you get married, please don't copy what other couples do. Yeah, it's good to ask for advice from a parent, friends. Yeah, but the thing is that if you try to copy like copy and paste what they did, you may fail. Because we didn't know about that. We thought, oh, so and so did it, our friends did it, that's how they're living their life. We can also copy what they did, and that was wrong. I, as a Christian, I always pray a lot, say, God, hope this one's gonna work. Hope this, what we're doing right now, is working. So
yeah, that's true. You don't want to exactly do what another couple did, because each of you are different couples and you're in different ways and you do things differently. So what worked for them may not work for you. So it's actually great advice.
Yeah.
Another thing I wish we knew was that the person you marry is not going to be the same person 10 to 20 years down the line. So we need to learn to change and grow with each other, right? Marriage is not monotone. It's not just at one level. So if I married Richard now, he's going to be different a year later, 2 years later, 10 years later. So marriage is like, how can I put this? Hills and valleys and plateaus. It's filled with excitement, highs and lows. And that's what keeps things fresh and exciting. But knowing that we grow and change with each other and we adapt to each other is how things usually go.
Another is keep dating each other. I didn't know about that. Like, we thought after getting married, that's it. No, to make you need to spice up your marriage every time. Like every time you have to think about ideas. How can I make my marriage better? Go for date night. Huh? Go for date night. Go out. Don't go there to break the bank for sure, but at least make it interesting. Like, buy a flower to your spouse. You come home, come with a flower. So baby, I bought you this. Make that relation. Keep dating each other often. We're not told that, but that's one thing I've come to understand. That, you know what, dating each other every day is a way to make marriage better and successful.
Exactly. You want to carve time out for each other. It's a must. And like Richard said, you don't need to break the bank. You can even have date night at home, watch a movie, pop some popcorn. Another thing is cooking together. Yeah. We actually do that a lot. So check out our link above. We'll leave that, and you can check out that video. And one other thing is also YouTube. We're doing YouTube together, so we're spending more time together.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, together as one.
Exactly. Another thing I wish we knew is that marriage won't be in the honeymoon phase forever. As sweet as the honeymoon phase is, it will always come to an end. And so we read a book by Gary Chapman, and he talks about two types of love. He talks about euphoric love to start off with, and basically it's an intense, exciting love, and it usually lasts between 6 months to 2 years. And it's kind of like being on a high, right? And then that high comes down and you move into something called intentional love. And this is a period of time where you choose to love your partner. It's your choice, right? And you have to work on it every single day. And so he talks about the 5 love languages. Now, in this time of intentional love, you need to speak your partner's love language. It can't be your own love language, but your partner's, so that you guys can continue to learn and grow with each other. It's important to understand each other's love languages so you can communicate better. Now, there are 5 love languages, and what we found is that you do have elements of each of them, but you do have a dominant one. And we found out that my love language was acts of service, and Richard's was quality time. And so we implement that in our relationship, and it's made things much easier. So definitely understanding each other's love language is an important ingredient to a loving marriage.
Another thing we didn't know about was that in life, you will be apologizing and forgiving sometimes, because two people are coming together. It's not that every time you're gonna be alright. You need to find a neutral ground, like, okay, how can we make this thing better? It's not always my answer is a yes. Sometimes answer may be a no, but like, oh, I may be wrong, so I need to know how to apologize meaningfully, not just saying, oh, I apologize, but you have to say it from the bottom of your heart, and you don't have to repeat it, because sometimes we make those mistakes. Oh, let me just say, I apologize, just for the sake to show her, but no, you gotta do it from the bottom of your heart, because once you do it like that, you will not make that mistake again, because sometimes we forget and say, I know it, because we grow from different backgrounds, as I said. So we need to learn the other partner. They may think that either we don't care, but no, you have to learn to apologize and forgive me.
Yeah, it's very hard to apologize and admit you're wrong. But when you come together in a relationship with another person, sometimes you just have to admit when you're wrong and take a good look inside yourself. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're not wrong, then you're not wrong.
All right.
And then, yeah, what Richard said about forgiving, so important, because if you don't forgive, you can't move on in a relationship. Yeah. You keep holding that grudge against somebody, which is not healthy at all.
That's true. It's good. Forgive and forget. Because some people forgive and then they keep on bringing that thing back. It will get on, so that means you didn't solve anything.
That's a good segue into my next point. What we wish we knew is that disagreements are healthy. You don't have to agree on everything. Now, when Richard and I were dating, we hardly ever argued at all. You know, people would ask us, but don't you argue? We're like, no, we don't argue. We're totally fine. But when we got married, the arguing did start. And it wasn't a bad thing. It was just our way of getting to know each other and learn each other's temperaments and learn each other's perspectives, right? Because now you're coming together as one. You're seeing each other 24/7. You're living under the same household. So this was our way of getting to learn each other and growing with each other and changing with each other and adapting to each other's behaviors. So when we have disagreements, we're not shouting at each other, yelling at each other. It's what I said, just a disagreement. You're learning the other person's viewpoints, and you're also trying to find a resolution to move forward. So yeah, we disagree and we agree sometimes, but that's because we're human and we're coming in with two different viewpoints and we're making it work.
That's true, and it's good to speak out. Yeah, don't just stay silent or yeah, you have to speak out, because if you don't speak out, it's gonna build within you, and one day to just explode, and it's not a good thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, another thing we didn't know about is the small action that counts. You know, there's some small things we don't even put in account. You know, we forgetting about your spouse's birthday, or maybe they try to tell you about their day at work, and you try not to pay attention. Those are the little things that matters. Like, you have to show that you will care about, because now you're married. But at first we didn't know, no, it's her problem, it's her work, it's my work. No, once you guys are together, you're one. So those little things here and there, you know, not saying thankful to you, say someone made for you some good meal, you have to thank them. You know, somebody forget about that. So no, he knows he's gonna do it, he knows I like it. No, sometimes a little thing. So, oh, thank you. Even a compliment, oh, you look good in that. Oh, I like your hairstyle, yeah, wow. You know, sometimes I know I always tell her, oh, I love you, I will tell her, but sometimes I come home and say, wow, baby, you're beautiful, wow. Look at you today, yeah. So it's just a little thing that matters in life. Yeah.
Exactly. It feels good to be appreciated.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just one partner complimenting the other person, it's both of you complimenting each other or doing small gestures for each other. It's the little things that make a huge difference, for sure.
Yeah.
Another thing we wish we knew before we got married is that you're not just marrying your partner. It's not just solely you and him against the wall. You're married into his family too. So you inherit his family. And so it's this opportunity you should take to get to know his family, respect his family, get along with his family, because what happens is if there's strife between the family and you can't smoothen things, then it becomes you against his family, and that doesn't bode too well. So we have learned to make sure that we embrace each other's family. And the one thing I loved about Richard is that that's what he did. He treated my family just like they were his own family. And so he calls my mom, my dad, his dad, and treats my little sister and brothers just like his siblings. So it's very important to be that united front. And I also do the same with his family. So it's good to know that when you get married, it's not just the two of you. You came from different families. And so when you marry into his family too, and he marries into my family too.
Yeah, another thing we didn't know about was you can't know your partner 100%. You know, in life we think, I know how I've been dating her for some time. You can't know them, because knowing someone is a lifetime. You can know somebody every day. Like we learn from each other every day, just since we got married. Yeah, because there's little things that we may not know right away when you're dating, but as you stay with someone, you come to know about all those habits. They may not even know that they have them, but like when you're living with that someone, something of course that pop up and say, oh okay, I didn't know you do that. I didn't know. So you learn someone on a daily basis.
Another thing we wish we knew is that you're a team. You're not bound together with chains to the point where you lose your individuality. So it's good and important to have your own thoughts, your own dreams, but it's important to do things together. For example, sometimes I might go catch a movie with my parents or spend a day with my sister, and Richard are looking after the kids. Likewise, Richard can go have a haircut, go to a barbecue with his friends without me always being there, and I look after the kids. On other occasions, a lot of times, we go out as a family together as one. And other times we leave the kids with their grandparents and we go spend time together. It's a give and take relationship, but knowing that you're one, but in that one, you're individual people too, and you have to find the balance and try to make that work. Learning how to give each other space and being in each other's space in a healthy way is so important to live harmoniously with your partner. So those are just a few things that we wish we knew, but we thought that they were very important to share with you. We hope you enjoyed our video. Please comment, subscribe, and like. We can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Let us know if you have any wisdom that you'd like to share.
Stay blessed.